You're listening to The Cultured Bumpkin, a literature podcast with Jake Phillips, where we present audiobook quality readings of the classics for your enjoyment. Thank you for stopping by. And remember, just because you're a bumpkin doesn't mean you can't be cultured. Hello and welcome back to The Cultured Bumpkin. I think it's been a week and a half or so since I've posted last. Something like that. Anyway, today I'm going to read Ulysses by Lord Tennyson. And I will say, I went 90 days without taking a break, like 90 episodes, bam, 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 bam. So I took a little break. And I'm not going to go back to posting every day, at least not for now. But I'm going to post certainly weekly, hopefully, a couple times a week. And then, in the not too distant future, I'll take another little, 30-day, 60-day binge where I knock one out every day, because it's kind of good for my workflow. I enjoy it. So I hope you do too. But if you're just joining me, there's a couple hundred episodes up now, and you can go and peruse them freely. But anyway, for now, here is Ulysses by Lord Tennyson. It little profits that an idle king by this hearth among these barren crags, matched with an aged wife, I meet and dole unequal laws unto a savage race, that hoard and sleep and feed and know not me. I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. All times I have enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that loved me and alone, on shore, and when through scudding drifts the rainy Hyades vexed the dim sea. I am become a name, for always roaming with a hungry heart, much have I seen and known, cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments, myself not least, but honored of them all, and drunk delight of battle with my peers, far on the ringing plains of windy Troy. I am a part of all that have met, yet all experience is an arch wherethrough gleams that untraveled world, whose margin fades forever and forever when I move. How dull it is to pause, to make an end, to rust unburnished, not to shine in use, as though to breathe were life. Life piled on life were all too little, and of one to me little remains. But every hour is saved from that eternal silence. Something more, a bringer of new things, and vile it were for some 3 suns to store and hoard myself, and this gray spirit yearning and desire to follow knowledge like a sinking star beyond the utmost bound of human thought. This is my son, mine own Telemachus, to whom I leave the scepter and the isle, well loved of me, discerning to fulfill this labor, by slow prudence to make mild a rugged people, and through soft degrees subdue them to the useful and the good. Most blameless is he, centered in the sphere of common duties, dissent not to fail in offices of tenderness, and pay meet adoration to my household gods when I am gone. He works his work, I mine. There lies the port, the vessel puffs her sail, there gloom the dark broad seas. My mariners, souls that have toiled and wrought and thought with me, that ever with a frolic welcome took the thunder and the sunshine, and opposed free hearts, free foreheads, you and I are old. Old age hath yet his honor and his toil. Death closes all. but something ere the end, some work of noble note may yet be done, not unbecoming men that strove with gods. The lights begin to twinkle from the rocks. The long day wanes. The slow moon climbs. The deep moans round with many voices. Come, my friends, 'tis not too late to seek a newer world. Push off, and sitting well in order, smite the sounding furrows, for my purpose holds to sail beyond the sunset and the baths of all the western stars until I die. It may be that the gulfs will wash us down. It may be that we shall touch the happy isles and see the great Achilles whom we knew. Though much is taken, much abides, and though we are not now that strength which in old days moved earth and heaven, that which we are, one equal temper of heroic hearts, made weak by time and fate, but strong in will to thrive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. That was Ulysses by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Now I am about to start posting more often. After my little 2-week hiatus or so, I'll be posting more often. Not every day, but more often. And then in the near future, I plan to have what I call a sprint, where it'll be like 2 weeks every day, or a month every day. But in the meantime, I've been working on some longer stuff, like Bartleby, the Scrivener by Herman Melville. It's an hour and a half long. That takes quite a while to narrate and then edit and that sort of thing. So anyway, bear with me, but I am working on it, and I really appreciate you listening. Thank you for everyone that has left a review or a rating. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me, and it really helps the algorithm, and it helps people. It puts it in front of other people that have never heard of the show but would listen if they had the chance. So thank you. And then for those that tell friends about it, hey, I got this podcast I think you would really like. That's fantastic, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll talk to you next time. You've been listening to The Cultured Bumpkin, a literature podcast with Jake Phillips. Thank you very much for listening. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed this, would you mind going and subscribing and leaving a nice review on whatever podcast platform you heard this on? I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you next time.